Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to NHL 23 franchise mode. It's my first for this version of the game, which is very similar to the last version of the game, which is very similar to the last version of that, and the last version of that, and the last version of that. All right, so this is the quest for the cup for the New Jersey Devils. That is my team, my favorite team. Those who know me are already well aware of that. I very rarely do a franchise mode using a regular team, and I don't think I've ever done it live on stream before, so figured might as well do it with the Devils here. Especially considering that right now the Devils are at the point where they should be on the cusp of getting into the playoffs and starting to make a push for the ever elusive Stanley Cup. Can I get them to do it? We shall see. So real quick, one strange thing that happened, and I don't know why, but for some reason when I started it, yeah, Jason Robertson was thrown into free agents. I didn't do anything to put him in there. In fact, I restarted my franchise mode several times trying to figure out what the problem was. He's got his contract. He's signed to the Dallas Stars and all of that. And then, similarly, Alex Formenton also has a contract and is signed with Ottawa. He's not marked down as NHL team or professional team. He's not marked down as free agent. But for some reason, both of them are there. So, I don't know what that's all about. Does it say what teams are interested in signing him? I mean, they're both restricted free agents. I don't know. That's very strange. I don't know if this has happened to anybody else. But, yeah, I don't get it. So, anyway. And Sonny Milano, now I know he's a free agent. Like everybody else, I've done my best to get rid of players who are retired. Like Andy Green was in the free agency list, but he's recently retired. But for the most part, it's as accurate as I can get it. And I also tried to make as many of 2022's first round picks as I could that were not already included in the game. So, you will be able to see your Cutter Gauthier and these other characters as we go along. But anyhow, I have the Devils pretty much squared away. Now, before we get going, there is a couple of things that I'm planning to do. So Damon Severson will become a free agent at UFA at the end of the season. I am going to see how he does as the season goes on. But the thing is, I've got offensive defensemen in the pipeline that can take his spot that are rookies. And I can probably trade him away for a pretty good pick. So, as we get close to the trade deadline, I'm probably going to trade him away unless he's so crucial to the team and we're actually looking like we're taking a strong leap into the playoffs, but I doubt that's going to happen, but we'll see. Also, guys that I have on the team who I am going to be dealing is Andreas Johnson. There is no reason for him to be on the team anymore. Jesper Boqvist, I'm probably going to try to move him as well. And I know people will be like, why would you do that? Well, primarily because in real life, I would trade him. He's becoming a player who's not really all that crucial. And we've got players who are ready to come up. Like, I'd rather have Zetterlund up there. I don't know if Nolan Foote is ever going to get to the point where he's going to make a big move. But, you know, we've got other players who... Plus, I can trade for some as well. So, all right. Anyway. Any-hoozy. Let's get into this. I'm going to just advance days because I have 3 agents, or scouts, I mean, that I'm looking to sign. So, there's 1, 2 of them. Vancouver's looking to give up their 2nd and 3rd round pick for Damon Severson already. I'm going to get a million offers for him, I'm sure. Boqvist is one of those guys who, unfortunately, he reminds me a lot of Pavel Zacha, who the Devils recently traded. And Zacha is a player who had all this potential, and I just don't feel like he ever lived up to it, which is a shame, but it is what it is. All right, real quick, let me get these scouts to work. B-check is supposed to be working. Oh, wrong one. So those who haven't seen the scouting system, the best thing to do is you start at the bottom of the list of players. I already have people doing the potential in comparison. Because what this does is when you build the list of players here, it's going to go in the order with which you press them. Like the first ones that you select are going to be the last ones that get looked at. So you want, obviously, the guys that are higher up in the rankings, you want to get a look at them first so you can cycle them in for another look the next time that when your guy's basically done doing all of his scouting. Shishkinov, I believe that is a Russian. Yes. Wait a minute, I lost track here. I gotta check something. 15, okay. All right, Vasilionov. All right, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we will actually, yeah, if we're going potential comparison. I try to get all of this done and out of the way before starting a stream just because I know it's incredibly boring for people. Oh, he's traveling still, so he hasn't started scouting. So he'll start the next day. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get through the preseason. I didn't realize I had another one there. I didn't have Tomas Tatar. I'm holding on to him. No. I mean, I'm losing a lot of cap, but the problem is I don't need to take on a 35-year-old. They got a million defensemen down in the AHL. The last thing I need is another defenseman. I'd rather just get picks for him. So we're going to say, no thank you. Holy crap, guys. Can I please just... Can I exit out of this? Apparently not. Good Lord. All right, and I had this guy for... All right, it's probably not... Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't figure there would be a lot of players here. All right, now. We should be good for salary cap. I didn't look at my contracts real quick. Whew. Well, just like in real life, the Devils are right up to the cap. They are right up to it. So definitely would not hurt to get rid of Janssen now. Let me see if I can... let's see if I can move him right away. Let's see what people are willing to do to acquire him. Round 4, round 6. Well, again, I don't need a defenseman. 2 round 7s, that's garbage. Sebastian Aho, not that Sebastian Aho, but a Sebastian Aho. So everybody's looking to give me a defenseman. All right, well, a round 3 is not bad for him, especially since, once again, I'm trying to get rid of that cap. He's not going to play, so I've got no reason to hold on to him. And what can I get for Boakvist? Everyone's going to go for him. 2 round 3s from Boston. The problem is, I would like to check out what these offers are, but third and a fourth. But they're going to be lousy because it's Colorado's going to be really good. Edmonton, so far Boston seems to be the best offer. John Merrill, no, thank you. San Jose and Nashville Predators, 2 round 3s in 1. Well, that might not be bad, because this is supposed to be a good draft. I could turn 2 round 3s into a 2nd rounder or something. So maybe we revisit this Nashville. We can get our own round 3 back. Although, Buffalo's going to be a big old poop stick, so that round 3 should be valuable. Vegas, that might be the one to take. Let's go back to Vegas in a minute. All right, I'm going to take this one here. I just want to see what the value comparison is. All right. I think that's fair. All right, so now I have Smith scratched, which means I can bring up yeah, they switched this stuff up, so I'm trying to get used to that as well. All right, so I can bring players up to swap in and out, but do I want to bring in guys like Foote and Zetterlund when so the problem is if I do that, See, I got a lot of defensemen down here. I might want to just sign a veteran. Let's see if we've got like a center wing who is available, who can come cheap. Oh, I see one of our buddies there got signed. Hey, we got Brian Boyle. You know, we can bring Brian Boyle back to New Jersey. That's a whole lot of bees. Brian Boyle back to New Jersey. It might be his last year. For league minimum, I'll offer him a little bit better than league minimum, but 1 year. So I'll offer him $100,000 more than what he was originally asking for. He's interested in a two-way contract, which is bananas. So he's willing to play in the AHL for less money if need be. But I want him sitting on the bench as a guy we can bring in. So, oh, you're considering, but you're gonna join. Believe me, I'm sure of that. All right, so moving onwards. I'm not worried about waivers. We already did all of our scout stuff. Thank you, Brian Boyle. You're back. Brian Boyle's back, baby. All right, cool. All right. So let's get this started. I just want to go one day at a time real quick, because this was an embarrassing game last night. Carter Hart absolutely stymied the Devils. And that's crazy. So the Devils lost to the Flyers last night in real life, 5-2. And here we are in the game. They lost 5-3. Yikes. All right, let's move on. Okay, hold on. Nope, that's not what I meant to do at all. Sorry about that. Advanced day. I will be at this game tomorrow. 2-1 win. All right. Now, let's get to the end of the month. Let's see how the boys are doing. Again, I don't expect to make the playoffs this year. I think they're probably going to miss the playoffs. All right, so we can see who we want to avoid there. Got a whole bunch of potential elites, but we got to scout all of them multiple times before we know for certain. Here on my third and fourth for third and nope. They still offer some ridiculous trades. So we're 6-2-1, so that's not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Uh-oh. That's not a good start. Shimon Nemec hurt already. Nope. Not taking on any contracts right now. Ah, crap. Holtzy already hurt. But once again... Wait a minute. So Brian Boyle clearly did not come to New Jersey. He went straight to Utica, which is not at all what I wanted to happen. I love how it says edit in all lines, and it doesn't. Get over there, Boyle. Hey, what's going on, Michael Killens? You're asking, what is Nemich's overall? You can trade servers on for a top 6 winger when Nemec hits about 77, 78. Oh, you could trade Severson. I was like, what's a Severs on? I didn't know what you're talking about. You trade Severson for a top 6 winger when Nemec hits about 78, 7, 78. Yeah, I think he's actually... might be right around there. I'm going to hold on to Severson... All right, hold on. Let me jump out of here real quick. Jump out. Thank you. But I think Nemec is right. I think he's right there. $74. Okay, so he's not quite there. But Hughes is already a 77. Unfortunately, because, you know, EA still has not implemented any kind of a college system, which drives me up a freaking wall, or any kind of a mock KHL or American college system. I don't get why they don't do that, where we can put players down there. I know they don't have the rights. Like, for instance, Luke Hughes, they don't have the rights to Luke Hughes because he's not part of the NHLPA yet. But it would be cool to be able to create players who would still be in college rather than, or sending them into juniors or putting them in the AHL when they shouldn't be. Like, I mean, Nemec is in the AHL, but Luke Hughes should not be. And Mukhamadullin should also be in the KHL, but there's no, like, fake Russian league to put him in. But, yeah, either one of these guys. So what I'm going to do with Severson is I'm going to give it to March. We're going to see what his stats are at, how vital he's been to the Devils. And if he's really not doing a hell of a lot to help him out, then I'll be happy to get rid of him. If the Devils are not looking at a playoff spot, then I'll definitely be trading him out. Especially if he's like, you know... Oi, Nemec is hurt again? That doesn't bode well. All right, at least I can get Holtz back. Somehow we lost our chemistry there. Oh, and by the way, so here's something lame. It says edit strategies, right? You can't edit the strategies. Like, you can't edit any of this. Like, what the hell is that shit? I was so excited when I saw people saying, hey, look, edit strategies, because I figured, cool. So if I don't like the strategy that they're using for the top line, I can edit that. But no, it's the same as ever. This shouldn't say edit strategies. This should just say view strategies. Unless there's something that's not working properly that was supposed to let you edit them. But what a pain. And so what I'm also waiting to do is, it should be a good year for rookies. I'm waiting until I have time to create 48 teams, and then I will do a 48-team custom league that will have no shootouts. No shootouts. I hate shootouts as a tiebreaker. I don't think that a game should end on a skills competition. So we're going to do it old school, except you get 3 points for a regular or regulation win, 2 points for overtime win. You don't get any points if you lose, and you get a point to tie. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So far, we're just above 500. And we got injuries up the ass down in Utica. All right. We get anything interesting here? Always look for if there's like the surprise elite high or franchise. I know Connor Bedard is going to be a franchise player, but 2 busts. Sorry, Otto. Sorry, Thomas. My scouts say you suck. Kevin Ball got hurt. Bummer. All right, but that's what we got Smith for. Yeesh. -3. Ugh, Smith, you are just not helpful. Granted, I got 2... All right, well, we're just going to wait until we can get Kevin Ball back out here. Now, you basically just asked me for this exact same trade. Pullman, huh? Two fourths for a third and a second. And who are you offering? Tucker Pullman. Another defensive defenseman. It's another big boy. No, I feel like I can get something better at the end. Right now, Severson is, he's too valuable. And I really don't need to get another defensive defenseman back, especially a guy who's got 3 years on his contract. All right, so we're 18, 13, and 5. I mean, we're sitting outside a playoff spot, but we're close. Let me take a peek. What are we getting out of Severson? 1 goal, but he's got 13 assists, which is nothing to sneeze at. Dawson Mercer is killing it. All right, so right now, Severson's doing... He's all right. Like his shooting percentage is... Oh, wrong guy. No, his shooting percentage sucks. McLeod, I was going to say, like, has he taken, like, 3 shots? And he's got 35 shots. He scored 8 goals. Mikey McLeod is on fire. But Severson really not looking that amazing. All right, well... Let's get to March, and then let's see what the standings look like. You know, we'll get a look at what the standings look like, and then we'll see what kind of deals we... I don't think McLeod ever... Yeah, he was never technically injured. Severson for a 2, a 3, and Wagner. Just curious to see what they basically threw Fabian Wagner in as just a, please take this kid off our hands. He's kind of a scrub. So, nah. Once again, I'm going to wait till we get to March. But he is wanted, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so Connor, I almost said Connor McDonald for some reason. What the hell's wrong with me? But I see, Steen is looking like a gem. This Robert Steen. But that's for the 2 overall, which I don't think we're going to have a shot in hell at getting. So he's just an extra. Eric Hall is playing pretty good for us. 7 goals, 14 assists for our third line guy. Nah, we're holding on to that. All right, so February. We're outside a playoff spot right now. I want to get a look at the standings. Let's see who... All right, so these are the teams that are really starting to suck. Chicago is no good. Chicago, Vancouver, and Carolina. Calgary. Right now, Chicago seems to be a real dumpster fire. Let's see if Chicago gives us any offers for Severson. Nothing from Chicago. What about... Oh well. I'm pretty sure Palat did not want an extension. Oh no, it wasn't Palat. Who the hell was it? Holla, that's who it was. Eric Holla did not want an extension. Well, that may not be a big deal because we can probably trade him at the deadline as well. Try to bring in someone else. All right, let's get close to the deadline here. Holla. Not yet. No way, I'm not giving all that up. Boston. The problem is I don't remember what Boston, where they were sitting in the standings. No. Man, we are not going to make the playoffs at this rate. Or maybe. No, we can't. Bruins are sitting right on the cusp. So we'd have to win a bunch of games, and they'd have to lose a bunch of games so that we can flip-flop. Which could happen, because this game is as random as it gets. All right, once again, Chicago sitting towards the bottom, along with Carolina, Vancouver, and of course Arizona. I know they're not going to give up their first round picks, but it's always possible. All right, goalie, defenseman. They definitely want a defenseman. Says top 4 defenseman. Well, that's what I'm sitting here able to offer. All right, 1 second, guys. All right. So I would imagine so all these guys just have a year left on their contract, so it's kind of I know all of this. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to go for this, but they got Tampa Bay's first round pick as well. Which is going to be towards the end of the first round, but they don't even want Damon Severson. Although, that makes sense. Why would they? They're not making a playoff. All right. What? You guys don't want Mason Gearston? Really? Come on. All right. Carolina was also cellar dwellers. They're not interested in Severson either. All right, hold on. Let's just go to find trade C. Actually, first, one more look at, whoops. Let me take one more look at the standings. And I'm just going to jot this down real quick, just so I know who's crappy. So if a team is offering me picks from any of these guys, I'll know if it's worth taking. Man, somebody's slamming my door downstairs. All right. Only 18 trade offers here. But this is just for Seversons, so... Detroit's trying to fight their way in, but unfortunately, St. Louis, that second round pick's going to be closer to a third. Giving up their second and third. Neither one of those picks are great. Nashville's still not looking great. I'm curious. All right, this guy's booty. But what other picks do they have? Really, I'm only interested in picks. And I don't care about a 7th rounder. All right. Goodbye, Damon Severson. Now, I don't think I want to have Hughes up just yet. I don't want to burn off any of his rookie contract. All right there, Riley Walsh. Here's your chance. Well, here's the thing. It's a -3 right now. It's a -3 right now, but it's the end of the season. We're not going to get into the playoffs, so really, who cares? If we lose more games, really, does it matter? I don't think so. That's not what I meant to do. These guys are so similar. Why would you want them on the same line? Only because the game automatically does the old, well, the highest overalls should be paired together, which in reality doesn't actually help anybody. Okay. Let's actually look at the draft class real quick. Connor Bedard, we don't really need to scan him again because we're all the information we could possibly need, we're getting out of him. Well, any surprise? Ooh, Luca Pinelli. You got a very wide face, Luca. I don't know if anybody ever told you that. Let's give you another look over here. See, this is definitely players that we want to give another look at. The only thing that sucks, of course, is that very often, like, actual real players don't tend to be as good as the game's created players. The created players always tend to be better. Unless it is like a Connor Bedard or, you know, someone who's in reality is supposed to be going within the top 10. And even then, the game has a habit of creating players who are going to somehow supplant guys who are in the top 10 already. All right, Dmitry Zubov. Someone who's currently a possibility for us to pick up in the second, third round. And I know this bit is boring, guys, but, you know, this is stuff you have to do. Hey, look, Nikita Ovechkin. Who knew that Alex Ovechkin had a kid who was going to become a goaltender? According to this game. And I'll tell you, we could definitely use an elite level goaltender. Wait, that guy is expected to go, and yeah, we're not going to bother with him. Like, one of the things that drives me nuts with the goaltending situation in New Jersey is just the simple fact that you've got Mackenzie Blackwood, who had all this potential and just can't put it together. Between injury and just like, I don't know, I just constantly feel like the guy, he just isn't it. He isn't it. And Vanacek's good, but he's also not, you know, he's not going to be the guy that's going to be, you know, the next world beater. And unless New Jersey can really get their defense to the point where they're helping the goaltenders out and not letting really bad shots get through like they did last night, then I don't know. I mean, when they were playing that game last night, like at least two of those goals against Blackwood should have been able to stop, but two of them, New Jersey just left players wide open to receive a pass and just have a direct shot. And that can't be happening. You cannot allow that. See Siemens first. Dating myself there with that little reference. I don't know how many of you guys watching would even know what I'm talking about there. Oren Strom. Oren. The crazy name. Doesn't say where he's from. Samu Salo. Man, there's a lot of guys here who are potential elites. Bonk. Shubasov. He might have an X factor, huh? Down at 139. Wouldn't that be a hell of a thing? What's up, Vincent? I would love to steal a late round, like a late round elite. All right, this dude, don't care. Bonk. Look, the Central Scouting ranking has him at 123. Our Scout has him ranked at 78. So something there is not accurate. Oh boy. Hang on a second, guys. Got a spammer blasted the chat. We'll have none of that. .6'4", 203-pound sniper. Wow, our scouts have this guy not looking good, or this one. All right, top sixes and whatever. I'm not really going to be aiming for them, so don't care. All right, back to the matter at hand. All right, let's go into the trade deadline. Let's see if anything gets offered. Who are we putting up here? Ryan Graves? Absolutely not. Tomas Tatar. Yeah, Bernier, we'll keep him on there. Yeah, I don't really have anybody I just can't see. I can't see anybody offering up any massive trades or anything like that. Eric Holla. This is the only offer I'm going to get for him. Which, in this case, I might as well just try to re-sign him at the end of the year. Which he doesn't want an extension, but that doesn't mean we can't sign the guy. I like Palat. I want to hold on to him. I didn't think that would get any... No. I got a couple of offers, but they're just round 7s. Look how faint that highlight is. Any chance anybody wants to take Gearston? No. We knew that wasn't going to happen. Would anybody go for Bernier? A 5th round pick. No, I'd honestly... Although at 4.1 million... You know what? I'm going to take this. Because then they can have that $4 million. I can take that off. I'll get something instead of losing. All right. And what was I going to get for Tatar? Was that just... Yeah, just a 7th round pick. I'd rather try to bring him back. All right, I don't think I'm going to get any other offer, and I'm in no place to try to pick up anybody. I don't have anything particularly great, so let's get out of this. And our lines are all jacked up. Who's scratched right now? Nate Bastian. We do not scratch Nathan Bastian. Right, that's fine. All right, let's get through March. That guy who was the high elite, no longer considered high elite. And still no other. Luke! All right, Brandon Smith, you're going to make that line really suck. That's all right. Man. The Sabres and the Bruins are taking those last spots. That's just taking it all away from the rest of us. All right, let's end this season. Well, our season is over. 38, 36, and 8. The Vegas Golden Knights with 105 points at the end of the season. Oh, our AHL team still has some life in it. So let's see if Utica, who were really good last year until they got to the playoffs, can Utica possibly? No. No. They're 0-2 right now. 0-3. Swept. Well, that's just ugly. We still haven't looked at this kid? Seriously? Let's just take a peek at bonk. All right, let's get out of there. Stanley Cup Finals between the Avalanche and our hated rival, the Rangers. And the Colorado Avalanche repeat as the Stanley Cup champs. Good for them. Vegas Golden Knights, like I said. And another year for McDavid to have the Art Ross. And gets the Hart again. Fox retains the Norris. Lady Bing for Goudreau. Hey! Look at that! Yo, what's up, Albert? You're up late. You're either up late or you're up very early. Just in time for your favorite game, even though I've been on playing this for a long time. But Eric, good God. Alexander Holtz, the Calder Memorial Trophy winner. Do I know why? I do not. Did you get a new job that requires you to be working super late or super early? But I'm psyched to see that. Our very own Alex Holtz is the trophy, our only trophy player this year getting the Calder. Newhook takes a Conn Smythe. Fleury with a Vezina. You see Saros gets the Jennings. Slavin with the Masterson. Buffalo's coach gets Jack Adams. Ryan O'Reilly with the Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to McDavid. And, of course, the Maurice Richard. Albert says, well, I've literally been talking to a girl for the last 3 days until like 5 or 6 a.m. She is super great. That's awesome. Congratulations. Ooh la la. Joe Thornton. Joe Thornton played in the AHL. And no surprise, he gets the most points. And he also gets the MVP. Most goals scored during the AHL regular season goes to Cutter Gauthier. The Flyers ought to be happy about that. Albert says the downside is she lives 5 hours away. Eesh. I imagine she does not live in the same country. Like, is she not in Denmark? because you guys are not that big of a country. So 5 hours, I imagine, is going to take you international there. But our Luke Hughes, most outstanding rookie player. So we basically got both rookies of the year. Fan-freaking-tastic. Albert says, we checked a map and we couldn't be further away from each other, actually, still in Denmark. Oh, really? So you guys are just on as far ends of the country that you could possibly be. Luke also got the Eddie Shore Award for Best Defenseman in the AHL. All right, best goaltender goes to Burden. Stevens gets the MVP of the playoffs. Sportsmanship, Heroes. Bjorn fought. Harry Hap Holmes Memorial. All right. Yeah, it's tragic, but we're already talking visiting. I mean, why not? Can you, I don't know what the transportation systems are. Do you guys have a railway system that's reliable up there? Or would it be make more sense to just fly? Like I said, I have no idea what the Denmark system is. Like, what's your most reliable? It's 6.5 an hour, 6 or 5 hours with a train, 4 or 5 with a car. Yeah. So it might be a matter of just flying out, because I can't imagine it would be that expensive compared to taking a car and all the money you'd throw into a gas tank. I mean, for me, like a 4 or 5 hour drive, like that's less than it takes to go visit my brother in Massachusetts. So, but even that's like, you know, oh, you can't fly there? Well, road trip, worth doing. So Nolan Foote took a big jump in his goal production, which I like to see. Tice Thompson, Zetterlund looked great. You can fly some of the way, but then you still have to do a car or train. Yeah, you might as well just drive then. Yeah, Nolan Foote, man. So where's Hughes? They already moved him up into the NHL, so I can't see what his stats are. Fabian Zetterlund, 49 penalty minutes. Hits, 150. See, this is what I want to see. Nolan Foote. See, I'm looking forward in real life. I want to see Nolan Foote actually take that step forward. I want Nolan Foote to come into this lineup and be this big physical monster that I think he can be. And Fabian Zetterlund, same thing. The Devils they absolutely have to have that muscle. They got pushed around and knocked around so bad yesterday. And Zetterlund, like, yeah, he's not as tall, but he's a moose, man. He is heavy as hell. There's Jack Hughes. Where the hell's Luke Hughes? That's strange. Like, that's very strange. Why isn't he popping up? Okay, there he is all of a sudden. 12 goals, 47 assists. Holy shit. Yeah, he was a monster. Damage 6 goals, 35 assists. Very nice. Brian Boyle doesn't want an extension. That's fine, Brian. We don't need you. We only kept you on for one season for a reason here. Tomas Tatar is going to want to come off the books. Eric Halla is going to want to come off the books. But the thing is, what I can do, and it's in real life, it's the possibility of letting these guys go. Maybe trading their rights away for 7th round picks or something. But letting these guys go and actually having that extra money and then using that money towards signing guys on better contracts. Like, for instance, Jesper Bratt, who is going to want a freaking... He's going to want one hell of an extension. Let's see. Offer contract extension. What does he want? Look at that salary. He wants 1 year. At 8.35. Well, I'm going to give him that. Now we can see some of these guys come off the books. Ryan Graves, I'm going to want to keep him. Five years at 4.225. He'll be 33 years old when that ends. All right, and other guys, I can work that out. But we've got the next step coming up, which is going to be the draft. So let's get to... This is going to be the day that we see all the retirements and all that stuff. And I think on the 20th will be the announcement of... All right, so let's just advance days. See if Bratt and Graves are... Graves is down with it. I like to see that. Bratt is down with it. Really like to see that. And we got him. He'll be an RFA again, so we'll still be in control. Well, we didn't climb at all. Philadelphia had the number 1, and they got bumped down to 3. Chicago. These guys are not going to give up their top picks unless I can finagle something ridiculous. I would love to get a Connor Bedard, but I would also like to get that Steen character. But that's going to take... It's going to take some freaking finagling. It's nice, though. What's that? The drive? I'm sure it's a beautiful ride, dude. Like, you live in a really nice country, so I'm sure it's like... If you take a scenic route, you know, a direct route, but I'm sure it's a... It'd be a really, really fun drive. All right, one last look here. Oh, another gem. Oh, not necessarily. It might be. You never know, man. Take the trip, you know? It could be pretty great. All right, we have the 8th overall pick. Why is this? Oh, just her is really nice. No, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm happy for you. This kid's small. You're surprised she wants to visit you? Why would you be surprised if you guys are hitting it off? Or do you mean you're surprised that she wants to come see you instead of the other way around? Two-way forward. This kid's racking up a lot of points. Must bulk up. Hard wrist shot, offensive instincts, offensive creativity. I mean, a kid looks like a hell of a player. I might, if I can't make a move to snag that, one of the top 2, I'm saying that just makes me feel like I'm not the one pushing for it, and she doesn't really want to, right? No, not if she wants to come to visit you. I mean, the way that I would handle it would be if you have the means with which to go to visit her, then I would say you should be the one to go there, because that way it's and that way you know that she wants to. Well, the main thing is, like, for a man to visit a woman, if you're going to where she lives, she's in control of the environment. So it's a little safer for her because, like I said, she can control that. Whereas if she is coming to you, it's more a matter of, you know, she's stepping into a potentially dangerous situation. You know what I mean? Just that's the whole man versus woman thing, where it's, you know, women are always in a position of danger just for being women, and men suck and can be very dangerous. We are the most hazardous thing to ever happen to women. So I would, you know, if you can go there, I would definitely go there for at least for the first visit, and then switch it out the next time. Unless she really just wants to come up and visit you, like if that's something that she's really, really pushing for, you know what I mean? Albert says, I get you totally. That's why I was surprised that she's so down. I mean, that's awesome. Obviously, if she's that willing, it means that, you guys hit it off really well. There's obviously a really strong connection there. But yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, I'm going to have to really examine all of my picks and stuff. Few retired players. Let me guess, Brian Boyle retired. Joe Thornton retired. That's not a shock. We did somehow never had such a connection. Well, what's funny too, and I've said this a lot, that a lot of times, like long distance relationships where you're connecting either through the phone or through texting or talking online or whatever, I feel like a lot of times that can lead to a stronger connection. And you're saying you texted until 5 a.m. 2 days in a row. Well, like, I feel like people tend to be a little more willing to just be open with who they are and talking that way, because you're not face to face and feeling shy. I think you allow yourself to be a little more vulnerable when you have the anonymity of the barrier of, distance. Whereas, like, you're trying to meet someone, whatever, you met at a party or whatever, and you guys are talking and you're trying to go out on physical dates, and that's how you're introducing one another, to each other and trying to get to know one another. It's always a little more awkward that way. But when you're talking or texting or, messaging or whatever, you don't have that pressure of trying to impress the person in person. You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like a lot of times people just tend to be a little more willing to be honest and open and forthright, which I think can really lead to a lot of advantage of getting to know someone really well. And actually, that helps a lot of connections. Tyler Bozak, Dubinsky for a leak. Albert says, yeah, but do you think it will be easier to see her in real life after having talked so much already? Yes. Just in text? Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be a matter of being really excited to finally. So Brian Boyle did not retire. All right, so did I have anyone retire on me? No, I did not. Good. Already planned what you're doing. Nice. Just right, 56 goal season. This is the season everyone's talking about. Can Jack Hughes break 100 points, which I personally think is craziness, but he's definitely didn't in this. 52 points? No, not quite. But in reality, he might be able to pull that off. But yeah, that's cool. You guys already have some kind of a plan of action there. Yeah, dude, I think you got a good thing going there. So definitely, take the time to set up when you guys can meet up and hang out and visit. That'd be cool as hell. But with that, I'm going to end the stream. Already been on for an hour and 45 minutes, and I've got wrestling coming on in a half an hour. And right now, in the meantime, I'm going to do more boring stuff by trying to figure out all of the potential draft picks that I'm going to go after, and if I have any moves that I need to make, and all of that good stuff. So, am I returning this weekend? I doubt it, because this weekend's going to be busy. Maybe tomorrow early afternoon for me. Next week is possible, but I'm going to the Devils game tomorrow, and then I have a show to run on Sunday. Buddies of mine, a band out of Chicago, who I haven't seen in years, they're coming through. I mean, it's I think 10 years, or 7 to 10 years, something like that, since the last time they played in my area, so I have them booked to play at the venue that I'm booking, so I'm stoked to be able to catch up with them. But yeah, so this weekend is going to be pretty hectic, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on, but I'm sure at some point next week I will figure it out. But, all right, but anyway, that's it for now. Albert, once again, very happy for you. Congratulations. I hope things work out, and you'll definitely have to keep me up to date. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and healthy, and they're remaining smart instead of scared of these crazy times that we're living in. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do all the YouTube stuff. And until the next time, as always, peace.